my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen, make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end, we're gonna make it.
Dionna, all-time high, just keeps bouncing along, episode after episode.
I know.
We bring that
We told
alpha.
you. That's right.
And while we're waiting, we're kind of waiting for the algorithm to warm up for us. Maybe you can help the listeners out in terms of what they should be doing right now as they're listening to my voice and your voices.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely subscribe to this channel so you get every update when it comes out. And you know you're going to like this video. So just go ahead and hit like.
Yeah.
When you're done, feel free to comment. Ask a question. Tell us what you think. We want to hear everything.
Yeah, comment now, like not now, but as you hear things in real time, comment in real time. So
yeah,
without further ado, I'm going to jump into something that we provided amazing alpha on about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. We said now might be a really good time to buy Ethereum. And here comes the other disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. Neither is Dionna.
No,
she's not a tax advisor. Neither is Jim.
Nope.
Do your own research. We have different risk tolerances than you do. So we want to help people and this community grow. And we're very careful about that.
Yeah.
But as we say these things, it doesn't mean that just because we were right last time, that we'll be correct next time.
Although we're on a run, but
we're on a run here, people.
So
we're
fun education.
Yeah. And one of the things that we've been running pretty hard with recently, because it's definitely done constructively through media narratives, is different coins are set to run at different times. And are you able to see the screen here, Dionna? I'm trying to keep up with all the production.
That's a nice looking chart you got there.
Uh-oh, I backed up to the wrong spot. Are you seeing Ethereum though? That's what I'm going to ask.
I see Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum
it's
USD.
Kind of moving up and to the right there, isn't it now?
Yeah.
Or
yes,
which,
like when we talked last time, it was what, 3,800?
Well, yeah, look at this. Last week, 3883. So in the 5 days, we talked about the fact that the media was starting to talk about it. I was hearing it in different places, seeing some on-chain activity that would indicate that this thing was going to run. And it bounced. And now, oh my gosh, I got to even scroll down on the screen. It's still running. Oh my God, look at it.
You know what it is? It's almost at its all-time high.
All-time high. I think it might be an all-time high. 4,600? Are you kidding? And this is real time.
I think 48 was the all-time. So it's close. It's super close.
Let's look. We'll pull that up in a heartbeat. There you go. Dionna, you're so money.
I know.
4860. Look at those. Look at this rocket ship. That's insanity.
I know. You know why I remember that? I worked for a company. I worked for a company, and we were given so much money in ETH, and when it hit that, I was like, you got to sell off. If anybody ever runs a company off of crypto, you can't sit on just straight crypto. You have to have a crypto cash mix because of the volatility. So I was like, you got to sell that coin. We didn't sell, and we ended up losing half of our company's value because of it. So I remember. Trust me. I remember that number.
that falls into the max pain theory, and that was part of what we were talking about.
Yeah.
But you know what? And I'm not a financial advisor, but even in that episode, I wish you would go back and I wish you would check me on this. But I said I know that capitulation is coming when. Do you remember, Dionna, what I said? How I would know? When the last of retail was going to dogpile on top. Right? Because when you win the College World Series, everybody jumps, and there's probably a pitcher or a catcher at the bottom of that pile.
Yeah.
And so at the top of this dog pile, on top of the growth that Ethereum is experiencing, which we called, what happens? Who comes to the party and jumps on the top of the dog pile?
Everybody.
No.
Oh no, I don't know. The coach.
This is how I know it's over. Oh my gosh, Jim Cramer.
Oh yeah.
So let's hear what Jimmy Jim has to say about.
I do remember you saying this.
And it's so true. And this is from earlier today. I'm not even kidding. So for those of you who are, I mean, it's up to you, but right now might not be the best time to buy. Just might not be. Like, it'll probably hit. I shouldn't even make the call. Let's listen to Jim.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, can we look at your charts? Right? Like, they have the the points.
I will pull that up.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's listen to Jim, and then we'll pull that up and right there after.
Jim, Bitcoin's on the move today. A lot of the crypto stocks as well. We're not quite back to 123K, but we're close.
Well, it just continues to be. Anytime you ever hear about what size the deficit is, or David, that the trillions of dollars in the interest has made a lot of younger people feel, this and Ethereum are a better place to be. I'm a huge believer in this, by the way, because I have very little faith that we're going to be able to grow our way out of it. I cannot think about how we're going to grow our way out of our situation yet. Maybe.
You mean our debt to GDP?
I've not been able to figure out a way. So it's a great hedge against the.
It conceivably is. But if there's financial Armageddon, Bitcoin hangs in there, you think?
Yeah, I do.
So he specifically brought in Ethereum. It's now part of the narrative. He said, what is it? He had great faith. Do we want to listen to that little section again? Or are we good?
No, do we?
No, we don't.
He's the end of the story. Like he's at the end of the.
He's the tipping point. I'm telling y'all. Like,
where was that great faith like a year ago when he wasn't talking about it?
No, and he does it at the opposite on the bottoms, right? Once he like crushes retail at the bottom, if he says stuff like that, I know it's going to turn. I really do. He is part of the media mix. We saw Tom Lee in a different episode. That was certainly eye-opening because he has sold out completely to the machine. He used to be the major Tom Bitcoin, but now he's got like an ETH company, a stock that he's issuing to do what Michael Saylor is doing with Bitcoin. So Tom Lee is now framed as the Ethereum guy who's going to do the same thing for Ethereum that Saylor has done for Bitcoin. But you said go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to bring up that screen, so go ahead and talk and share your thoughts.
I feel like there's so much opportunity in this market that we're going to start seeing these iterations with each coin because there's always room to grow. And so when Bitcoin's stagnant, you can pump Ethereum. And when Ethereum's stagnant, you can pump XRP. And listen, I'm just going to tell you guys this, though. Don't let anybody sell you a stable coin and tell you that it's going to go up in value. I've seen people be like, I'm investing in stable coins. A stable coin's $1. It's always $1. It's always going to stay. It's a stable coin because it's stable. So if you're looking to purchase a coin that you think will go up in value, a stable coin is not where you're at. And specifically, I was thinking of Tether because it popped up on the screen. But all of these top 5, 6 coins that we have there's opportunity for each one of these to pump at any given time, whenever, whoever, whatever gravitates and decides it's kind of time to do it.
Yeah. So as I look right now, there's more money to be made in Ethereum on the call options and put options than there is on Bitcoin, which is typically the place that people go.
Right.
If you look, and this is only over a 24-hour period, the red over here, ironically, are people that are call options that are going to be liquidated should Ethereum hit. Wait, this thing needs to be refreshed.
Yeah, let me, because one of the things we were talking about in a previous episode, which you should go back and watch if you haven't, is people making stable coins on Ethereum. People say they don't understand this industry, so I just want to explain real quick. Ethereum is a technology that allows you to make coins. I can make a stable coin on Ethereum. How does that make Ethereum grow? Well, anytime I build and use anything on the Ethereum network, I have to pay for those transactions in Ethereum. So even a stable coin on Ethereum will help Ethereum grow. That particular stable coin itself will not grow.
No, it's the way out, really, to me, if that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So do you want to go 24 hours or 1 week on Max Payne? I'm going to go 1 week. It's going to be bigger numbers, but it gives you an idea for options that are expiring. So it says here that if the price right now it's $45.95, if it goes up to $46.54, there'll be 90 million in liquidations on Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum is starting to get into Bitcoin territory because you look over here, if it goes down to 41.34, it's going to have $142 million in liquidations. And as we've discussed before, it's not illegal for the exchanges to do what they're doing because there is no governance. And so they're going to wipe out the volatility of this within a week. I mean, I expect it to hit, ironically, both those levels because there's 212 million reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're talking what, like a $600 spread, a $500 spread? You're not even talking 41 and 46.
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look at this 24-hour action. That's interesting to me. So we're at 45.97. The shorts are going to feel the max pain if it goes up to 46.52. Only another $50 is going to wipe out $90 million. I bet this thing continues to pump. Yeah. I mean, Cramer did his thing. Retail's piling in, but I'm telling y'all, like Chutes and Ladders. Oh, it's coming.
I love it. You know what? Do you know what? Okay, I'm a little sad. Do you want to know why I'm sad?
I do want to hear about why you're sad.
I miss the old days when it would drop down to like 20,000 or, when Bitcoin was 20,000 or I don't know. I'm sure we're going to have this volatility. I think we got past the point of that drastic volatility now. And that's the frustrating. I hope, and I don't hope for the sense that people lose money. I hope in the sense that people who want to get in, like if there's a big dip and they can buy the dip and then it goes back up again. But I just wonder if we'll ever see those days again. Because this bull run started last year, right? It's been a solid year. We've been on a bull run.
The election. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so, Dionna, the coin you're talking about, I know it's one of your favorite coins. I mean, if you look down there at number 4 on the chart, but number 1 in your heart is XRP, that the range is only between 328 where it is today, and the max pain's 331. The max pain on the other side is 326. I mean, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You feel like that's a lower risk coin. What do you think? I mean, XRP is one of your favorites. I mean.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to lie. I felt like PBD made a very compelling case for XRP. And if I'm a numbers girl, right? You talk use case, you talk usability. We could do another episode on that if you want to. But let's just say he presented some compelling evidence to me that I thought,
wow. This feels like a little bit change in direction, huh? How do you feel about coins? Like when you evaluate them, like we were talking about in a previous episode, I said they're like football teams. You kind of root for the whatever it is that makes you like them. Or in fact, some of the arguments online are a lot like football teams arguing. I mean, if you had to say the Bitcoin maxis were a football team, who would they be? I know the answer here.
I feel like Dallas Cowboys. Except Bitcoin wins.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That's
but it's like Dallas is like America's team. And they're kind of, I don't know. I think everybody at some point has been a Dallas fan. I think I was when I was like 13. I remember having one of those Dallas starter jackets, before I really, I don't even think I was in
Super
football.
Bowls.
Yeah. Emmett Smith, kind of Troy Aikman, Jimmy Johnson era.
That's how long it's been. Yeah. I mean, we could probably do an entire episode. I don't know who XRP is. Maybe the Las Vegas Raiders.
XRP. It's almost like the team you want to win, but no. Oh, maybe we say they're Buffalo.
They're Buffalo. Yeah.
XRP
I'm also thinking about who is the worst team in the NFL right now?
It's usually Jacksonville or the Titans.
Chicago's pretty bad these days.
Chicago's or the Browns, right?
Ooh, the Browns are really, really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that for them, but that's a very poignant example. Which token is the Browns? I mean, what is Binance? The
BNB.
Coin. Yeah, what's that?
The Browns are not BNB. Come on. BNB is essentially, you know why I bet Binance quit with Ethereum, because it's the competitive coin, because you can make coins on BNB. BNB is Ethereum essentially. It's just it's its own architecture, it's its own technology, it's its own network. BNB is not on Ethereum.
I got to share something with you that I heard today, and you'll probably validate it.
Do it.
So we're talking about these top coins, and in the mix, I'm going to go down to number 7. Who's Solana? Solana's probably the 49ers.
Yeah,
only because they're out of San Francisco. The company is, and They just kind of have that vibey. They were the platform where Bored Ape Yacht Club, the original version, if you will, was created for NFTs, and they just have been all about that meme action. So it's kind of crazy, funky, cool.
Doge could be the Chiefs.
Dogecoin is the Chiefs.
They're a little crazy. They're up, they're down.
Yeah, they've won big a couple of times, which Doge has definitely done. Yeah. But what I was going to tell you was about, we're going to try to add some value here. USDC. Speaking of, do you know who there are partners with? And that is the number 7 coin in terms of market capitalization out there.
USDC, who they're partners with?
Yeah.
No.
They signed their deal with the devil with Coinbase.
Oh, yeah.
In order to be on the platform. So 60%, my understanding of this, of the net proceeds go to Coinbase.
Yeah. Well, USDC, I think, is made by Circle.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah.
But that's a tough deal, man. Like, think about the other exchanges with Kraken or even Binance.
Yeah.
Binance has a US division. So they don't have money transmitter licenses in every jurisdiction. One of the ones they don't have is Texas. So we have not been as familiar with that. At least I haven't, unless you are really good at VPN stuff, which I think has been locked down these days. Oh. Unless you're Dionna.
I'm pretty good at
it. Yeah, better than me. I'm decent, but I don't, whatever. Eventually with KYC and AML, you're going to be you're taking a picture with your driver's license next to you, making sure they know who is. Anyway. Yeah,
for those who don't know KYC and AML, it's banking laws. Know your customer and anti-money laundering, and all payment processors have to follow it.
Yeah. And it's fine. And also know that you're going to pay taxes on crypto. That is part of the gig. Like,
sure is.
If you liquidate at a top and you're going to make money, don't forget about that, because it's going to come due and you got to make sure you pay it. Remember this, the irony, all of this stuff is immutable transactions on record for life, like forever. So if they tie you back to your cryptographic keys, they'll know what you've done.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. I'm going to go a different direction.
Go ahead.
Do you think because of that surveillance capability, everybody's really hot? Tom Emmer's, oh man, I screwed up the episode. I talked about a politician. Sorry, Mr. Emmer. He basically is saying that the CBDC that could be issued from the Fed, like China has done, the episode's over, so I'm just going to go there. The digital one.
Yeah. They're
starting to say now that every single stablecoin has the potential to be surveillance.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I think that's the reality of the technology. I also think, aside from the limitations of the technology itself, I think that's probably one of the reasons why most governments aren't adopting it. Because then guess what? There is no more money laundering in the way that you would think of, because everything's traceable. I mean, when they came back and they'd done all those audits and they said, we don't know where all this money went, and this money just went out the door, and we don't know where, and we don't know who, and there's no names, and there's no, all that goes, all that's done, because it's all traceable. In fact, what's funny is people are always like, oh, Bitcoin's got anonymity to it, you can't figure it out. I've messed with scammers online before and been like, they're trying to scam me. And instead I'm like, I play along. Oh yeah, this. Oh, you know what? I owe you money. I forgot I owe you money. I want to pay you that. Let me pay you $5. Let me give you your wallet address. I'll pay you $5. And then I'll just send you the rest. That way I know. But once I have the scammer's wallet address, I can trace them. I can figure out who it is. And if they touch that money, if they move that money, if they use that money. And so then I just call my friends over at the Marshalls and be like, hey, here's the scammer's Bitcoin address. Help me figure this guy out. So it's a thing.
So I'm going to give a gift to people that are new to the space. If you're on X and you think you've got this like anonymous presence, you don't want to sign up for the people that are giving away the coins. There are a lot of people like and follow, leave your address. I'm going to randomly pick a winner and give away 1,000, 100, whatever coin, Ethereum, 50 Ethereum. If it's too good to be true, you don't want to do it. I mean, what those people are doing are just collecting those addresses of people that are on that platform. And there's a process, you may know more about it than I do. I'm only dangerous here at dusting. I do receive from different platforms like microscopic amounts of a particular cryptocurrency.
Sure.
What is the purpose, or what is that scam? Is it that I become more familiar with or accidentally copy that particular address in a transaction?
Essentially, it's like an airdrop, right? So sometimes when you can get rewards, you can, in fact, we talked about in a previous episode when they changed the Bitcoin protocol. And what happened was when Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, when the protocol came out, it split. And if you had Bitcoin, you actually got an equal amount of Bitcoin Cash in your wallet from the Bitcoin that you had. So some of it is the technology. Some of it is rewards, like we were talking about before, to get people into it. Some of it could be a scam. I'll tell you this too. I've been at crypto conferences when people are like, oh, here, download this wallet. I'm like, I don't know you. No, don't put a USB in your computer that you don't know. Don't download apps and wallets that you don't know. Those are all not to scare. I'm not trying to scare everybody again.
No, we're trying to share today. Today's a sharing episode. Oh my gosh. I told you, I was at a Texas Blockchain Council meeting many years ago, and in the Woodlands, we were sitting there, we're going to the meeting, and one of the guys, random dude, nice enough guy, right? But he's like, hey, do you mind if I give away, because I was like hosting the happy hour or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, do you mind if I give away this $50 gift card to my exchange? And I'm like, yo, dude, who are you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
we don't do that here.
No. The first answer is no, followed by no. But when I said no, it was amazing. Like, there is this kind of distortion reality field for a lot of people in crypto who have spent time putting together technology that they not only want to work, but that they want other people to like and use it enough to make it work.
Yeah.
But building an exchange. What's that?
That was smart of you. That was you protecting everybody. And I'm glad you had that insight to, say no.
Yeah. I mean, if it's too good to be true, and that wasn't too good to be true, but it was like, seriously, man? Seriously, dude?
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah. I've had, and here I've had job recruiters. I had one guy where we go back and forth. Then they were like, oh, you got to click on this link. You got to do this. And I was like, I don't do that. And they're like, well, good luck. And I'm like, I didn't need you to begin with. Like, I didn't come to you. You came to me. I'm not clicking on a link you send me. I'm just that's how they get you. And they're so good now. Sometimes you don't even have to, you click it once, they're in your account. That's how that whole Snapchat, when they were hacking Snapchat all the time through Cash App stuff. That's what they were doing. As soon as you cashed out whatever, they could hack your Instagram account. And then it was not Snapchat, sorry, it's Instagram, but they could hack your Instagram account. And then, then what? And it's such a pain to get back. So that was good. That was good that you were looking out like that.
So let's look out into the view of Tether and get your feedback on Tether. What it is, what it does, what it means, why it's here. It's the fourth largest in market cap. It's worth $1, less than, just barely.
Yeah, it is. But it's also been around. How long has Tether's been around since I don't know, 2015, 2016?
Oh, wait,
it was the
Bitcoin
first
or
stable
right
coin.
after Bitcoin?
Yeah, it was, I think Ethereum was the first altcoin, and then Tether might have come right after that. So, Tether's been around for a really long time. Those guys have been through it. Everybody that I've known from Tether has been up and good people as well, even though I know you're not particularly a fan and some people have a bad rap on them. But, when you play with financial stuff, it's a little crazy sometimes, and you can have good intentions and still do something wrong or something bad, which is why we always tell you guys, we're here for education, we're here for entertainment, but we're not financial advice, because we want to protect you and make sure that you're taking your own risks with anything that you do.
Yeah, and I think that if I looked at Circle, RLUSD, Tether, I think Liberty World is going to have their coin. World may not be the right way to say it, but the stablecoin legislation is here, and I wouldn't be shocked if most banks start issuing their own coin. I don't know if they have that kind of technology in the house or if they have that kind of risk-taking capability in house.
Yeah.
But like I was telling you in a previous episode, I have issued 10,000 coins. So I literally, Dionna, and I'd join you if a bank called me up and said, hey, I want you to issue a coin for us on a stable, right, layer 1 blockchain. I literally could do it. They could then sell it to now I don't know how they would be able to manage their own operations. I mean, that's really on them. But because of the way the legislation is written, anybody that they can get to buy the stable coin that they issue, call it the JP Morgan coin or call it Regions Bank coin or People's Bank coin, right? There's all these small regional banks that if there are people in the community that want to be involved in crypto and they get them to hold their dollars in that stable coin, it's basically 4% yield.
What? For you or general?
For the bank. For the bank, right? Yeah. I mean, do you think banks are going to market this crypto capability anytime soon?
Yeah, well, I do because they're missing out on a big piece of the pie. But what I think is interesting is, banks make money, not just on us, but what they do with our money. And you don't have that same flexibility in crypto, right? No. Because it goes back to who's holding. Okay. When we say private keys, the big difference between, let's say, crypto and banks is, I have a bank account that has my money in it, and I have a crypto wallet that has my money in it. I can move that crypto wallet from bank to bank to bank to bank. I can move it all around. I could put it in cold storage. I could put it on exchange. There's places that I can go and I can do. If I have a wallet and I have the private keys, I own it. I have it. I'm always in control of it. Nobody can ever take that from me. And banks, you know what I mean? They're holding the money. They have the money. They're like, you get it. They're essentially telling you when you can get your money back. That's the biggest difference. So now if I'm always in control of my money and it's hosted on the bank, what are they gambling with? What are they loaning out? Because they can't pull my crypto. I'm gonna see it's gone. So I think that there's some hurdles that they're gonna have to get over. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how it all goes. But it's better for us in the long run because then we can move high volumes. We can move for a lot of people, especially foreigners who come here and send money back overseas. You know what I mean? Those like going and getting charged 20% or whatever, doing Western Union or all the crazy ways. I could send 10,000 in Bitcoin. I could send 20,000 in Bitcoin. I could send 1 million in Bitcoin. I could send 1 million in a stable coin. Like it is not regulated in the same way in that aspect. And that's more advantageous for us.
Yeah. If you look to like, we just passed $4 trillion. Yeah. And the reason you go to banks is for the money.
Yep.
And if you look at where all the money is, it's not yet in crypto, right? It's a $4 trillion asset class. But once it gets to 10 trillion, the banks can no longer ignore it. Yes. And what you're going to find is the ones, BlackRock's not a bank, is it?
No, BlackRock's not a bank.
It probably owns banks. It owns a little bit of everything.
It probably does own banks.
I mean, I don't know.
It owns everything else. It might as well.
Yeah. But if you look at JP Morgan and Chase and all the major banking institutions, they'll ignore it. They'll let others, they'll do little small pilots that may or may not work. But I will tell you, recently, Visa and MasterCard started talking about it and saying that they were the preferred provider to conduct transactions across the world. So many transactions per second. And that if what they needed to do was make a stable coin, then by golly, that's exactly what they would do. So
yeah, so Visa's number 1, Bitcoin's number 2, MasterCard's number 3. Mm-hmm. I know it's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but this is why back in the day when Facebook wanted to do a coin, they shut it down because Facebook could have crushed the dollar, period. It was a big enough. I mean, you have 3 billion people who check into either WhatsApp, Instagram, or Facebook every single day. You throw a stable dollar on there and all of a sudden everybody can be banked.
Yeah. And I think it would have worked.
I think it would have too.
The technology would have worked. And you know, what's ironic. This is where countries will actually create a sovereign entity, but Mr. Zuckerberg was looking at the worldwide dealio. And if you look at the C country, there's a company called Alibaba, right? Who then worked with AntPay, I think it is, to allow transactions to occur. And the majority of people in that country transact on their phone. They do. I mean, when's the last time I have cash? Do you keep cash?
Sometimes. I keep cash and it's handy. Mostly just to tip people because I always feel bad when I travel and I can't, tip people. That's the only time. In fact, where were we? We were just somewhere they wouldn't let us use cash at all. Like at all. Everywhere we went, they were like, we don't take cash. And I was like,
no, in my lifetime, it's one of the cooler things to think about. We used to have situations at going to stadiums, football games, baseball games, like professional parks of the major league teams, where you could only pay in cash. And then ultimately, in my lifetime, we got to a place where they could use credit cards, to now they don't allow any cash transactions.
Yeah,
so
cashless.
We flipped that script. And so I can see that has happened in whatever, 40 some odd years. I think we're going to see, do you think it's going to take more than or less than 40 years for us to get to where crypto buying and purchasing of a hot dog at a ballpark is ubiquitous?
I think it depends on who stays in power. So one of the things that I love about the current dynamics is I feel like our country in particular has gone from a model of we're going to make money off of people being poor, broke, and sick, or sick. That was two of the same things. Poor, sick, and at war. I guess you could say those three things, right? So like our financial system, our money that we've made in America is all on the people in America and the people from other countries, right? We figured out how to monetize our own systems. But we're now going to flip that dynamic and put it all into this other asset class, to where now money will be made in technology. So like, I like it because I think it offers prosperity to people who wouldn't normally have it before. And maybe it gets us out of this other way that we've made ourselves wealthy. And instead of preying on ourselves, we now open up this technological opportunity and everybody starts making money that way. I mean, you sent me that thing that said, you could put crypto now in your 401k.
Yeah.
So they're just going to keep exploding it. And why not? Because everybody can make money. Everybody it's just going to keep going and going and going and going, because it's such an easy opportunity, such a good opportunity.
Yeah. I think there's a great
just blow your mind. You look like I just blew your mind a little bit.
Yeah. Ray Dalio has a book, Principles of Nations, and it talks about world reserve currency status. And you look at the timelines of when these things occur. And so, as you point out, who's in power is a really big deal. Yeah. And I think the tipping point for crypto becomes that particular element. Like, all of a sudden, the Genius Act became the thing to do. And I think it goes up to levels much higher than us in terms of, why were they trying to create a place where the US dollar remained the denominator? And it's because whoever is the denominator in a financial world is in control. I challenge anybody to leave messages. I challenge you right now. You can put it on Grok or ChatGPT or Gemini, but it has huge implications. As you mentioned before, Bitcoin used to be the denominator to all the altcoins. And a lot of Bitcoin maxis want that to be the thing. Why should I be trying to collect USD? I should be trying to collect BTC.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. We have a saying is like, you're collecting Bitcoin to have more money. I'm collecting Bitcoin to have less. We're not the same.
Yeah, we're not the same people. All right, I've got to ask, the listeners want to know. Do you think you were a Bitcoin maxi? Do you think you are a Bitcoin maxi?
No, I'm not. I think there's, for financials, for monetary, I'm a Bitcoin maxi for monetary. I don't think anything else is going to come close to touch it. I just don't. You know what I mean? Okay. Like Bitcoin to me is gold. So that's the standard. It's the biggest one. It's the most traction. And most importantly, it's the only one outside of government's control. Everything else can be controlled. Bitcoin cannot be controlled. It is the one that is on its own. So to me,
do you think it was created by government? I agree with you that it can't be controlled by government, but do you think it was created by government?
You know, I've seen a lot of different things. Yeah. Me personally, I don't think I'm going to remember his name off the top of my head right now, but it was like an old army guy who did cryptography in the army. And he used to walk around, like he got out, he used to walk around like a thumb drive on his, so the thought was he was potentially the one who had made it. I do believe he has since passed. I don't think he's alive anymore. And that thumb drive was never found. So, yeah. I mean, it could be a whole rope-a-dope. We could come down the line and be like, surprise! It was this guy all along and we don't like him. So I don't think that'll be the case. I think that there's many opportunities for it to have happened before now, if that was the case. So,
I mean, it'd be like telling us who Santa Claus was. That'd be kind of rude.
Yeah.
After all this time. I mean, he shows up every year. He does his job relentlessly.
That's right.
I mean, come on. You can't let that secret out of the bag, and they're not going to let this secret out of the bag, right?
No.
And by the way, the show is not for kids. We actually market not safe for kids.
I was just thinking too, like, God, I hope no kids watch this.
There's no kid has watched this, and anybody who has watched 35 minutes of this episode to get us to get to the Santa Claus place probably deserves a Christmas present. So like and leave a message that you heard this particular aspect, and we'll find a way to get, well, we have stickers now. We have stickers. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
So we're getting merch. I mean, merch is happening. I think
merch.
it's inevitable.
We
called the all-time high.
You can get Jim's NFT.
Like an NFT of me, that is not going to be the place to be.
Oh, no. No.
Although we could come up with NFTs.
But they're all
you do?
Yeah, they sold out before I could even get one.
Of yourself? On which blockchain?
I don't know. It was one of the conferences had made them and made a bunch of NFTs. And I was like, oh, I got my own NFT. And I went to go get it. And I was like, okay, it's sold out.
Here's the NFT I will give you. And this is a future episode because you're so knowledgeable about sports. But Dapper Labs has done things with NBA and NFL. It'll give me an excuse to dig in, find out a little bit more about what's going on in that space. And we can figure out which of the different online digital reincarnations of actual NBA moments is the most valuable.
Ooh.
Or let's do NFL. Which one do you like better? You're more an NFL person.
I am an NFL person.
We'll do that.
Like, my basketball days are more like Jordan and Pippen and like all those times.
Yeah. The three-peat Bulls, the two-time three-peat Phil Jackson, John Paxson, Horace Grant.
Yeah. Larry Bird.
Larry Bird. He didn't play for the Bulls.
No, I know. He was Boston. Come on. I'm a Boston girl. Are you kidding me?
All right.
You know what's interesting?
Thank you.
Oh, no, wait. I got one more fact before you wrap this up.
Oh, you got one more thing? Go.
Yes. There is one person in the NBA who I want to, it was like a player, a coach, and a manager.
Okay.
Do you know who it was?
Jerry West.
It was Larry Bird.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Because Indiana Pacers. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They
crazy,
love
right?
There. Yeah.
Okay. A little Boston fun Larry Bird fact for you.
All right. Get ready. Dapper Labs. I don't know if Larry Bird has a card, but it would be of some value, I would expect. I don't know if Michael Jordan allows for his likeness to be used. He didn't allow it on EA Sports, but they created a number 23. At any rate, there's a lot to be gleaned from a future episode. Today, we kind of ran around and covered the top 10, talked about the Ethereum top. It's going to bounce off that ceiling, and we've got Inverse Cramer. Y'all be careful out there. Thanks, Dionna.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys. Bye.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my